Hello there, my darlings. It is your friend, Lady Zelda, and it is early Saturday morning. We do not have any internet, so I'm going to try to upload this video and just talk to you for a few minutes and let you know that I'm okay, my son is okay, kitties are okay, the lights are flickering a little bit, it is freezing rain, and it's okay. The energy here is very different and weird. I've been using my EVP, and some of those recorded EVPs are just a little on the wild side. I will do more with that when I can be more connected to the internet and really put this together for you properly. I want to do a card reading with an EVP, and I hope that's what you want to, because I do know that John's energy is here. I want you to know that when John said that someone was watching him, the way he alluded that it was close to a fence, my perception of this, the more I think about it now, is through a ring camera. Because he said there was someone who knew, someone who saw the whole thing. Now, the other thing is there's been a lot since Dr. Marie Russell, and John has been here. His energy is upset. He doesn't like what's going on, but I will tell you that he's almost calm, because I believe this calm is going to be coming before the storm. And how is that? Well, the calm comes before the storm because I believe that he has a perception on a different level with divine guidance as to what is going on and what is happening. I have no doubt that Karen will be okay. Zero doubt. I also know that Hanky Panky, and all of his old colony is having a hard time right now. I've kind of peeked in on him. I've kind of looked at his cards. And there is an air of desperation there. And he was trying to be the way he was because he wanted to intimidate Dr. Russell. And he will be the same with any other Dahlbear hearing if they have another one. He will be the same. We will see this type of behavior from now until March. But I will also tell you, March will be a very significant month. So I want all of you to understand this is part of the process. And sometimes we just have to stand back and let someone perform. And this definitely was a performance that he gave us. But oh, don't you love the way that Attorney Robert Alessi was able to just wrap this up in just a few minutes and show the desperation that Hanky Panky and the CW has. And I love the part where he actually gave Lolly a shout out and said even Lolly would have objected to that particular point that Robert Alessi was talking about at that time. I don't want you to worry. I really believe that Dr. Russell will be allowed to testify. If she is not, both the CW, the judge, Hanky Panky, Lolly, and the defense knows that this will be their downfall, as in the CW's downfall. This will be the straw that broke the camel's back for the CW. It's going to be very interesting, my darlings. We have a lot going on. There's all of this energy coming from California. There's a lot of this energy coming from Massachusetts, New York, even some from Florida, and now we have this winter storm coming through. Many people are affected. but also many people are distracted. We have a very interesting week coming up with Trooper Michael Proctor. I don't think after the 15th we will be saying Trooper Michael Proctor anymore. He has been so involved with some of these other investigations, it is now becoming a problem with other cases. He has really messed something up. Now, I want you to think about this. Many of you have gotten disgusted from this last Daubert hearing, and believe me, I'm right with you. I'm standing there hand in hand with you. And you've told us, you've asked, well, why doesn't the defense call Trooper Paul in? Why don't they do this to Trooper Paul? I'll tell you why. Because the defense wants Trooper Paul to self-destruct on the witness stand. They want the jury to see exactly what the difference between the CW's expert looks like and the difference between what the defense's experts look like. You know, we were supposed to get that chip off. We're supposed to get the Lexus chip, the N-Form system. We were supposed to get that. My question is, where is it? It was supposed to be before Christmas, but then it was supposed to be 7 to 10 days. We are now January 11th of 2025. Now, I think it's going to make an appearance because it almost has to. But at the same time, I don't feel that the CW got what they wanted. And I think that's why Hanky is coming out so hard on this other Daubert hearing and everything else. I also want to address this part about Chloe and how Hanky mentioned that they have some type of bite mold or mouth mold. Well, first of all, I'm not so sure that they could enter that into evidence because where's Chloe? And is this really her bite mold? A bite mold is only good within maybe 2 weeks, within 30 days of when an incident happens. Because after that, teeth can be filed, they can be missing, and the older that you get, and she was an aggressive dog. I mean, who knows? If she were still with us, hypothetically, maybe, if she was still with us, maybe, she may have been, well, I don't know, very aggressive with something else, and her teeth may become unaligned. As a dog gets older, any animal, we see changes in their mouths. I don't know how they could present this into court and have this as evidence when it's 3 years later. I don't see that. I don't think it's going to be that. So I think it's something that Hanky was pulling out of his hat to try to throw Dr. Marie Russell off her path. We don't have to worry about that. We don't have to worry. Now I wanted to address my last live stream the other night that I had with all of you present, and how many of you, I'm so grateful, was able to say that you heard someone. I listened very, very closely, and if you put on earphones or earpieces, you may be able to hear. But I have this program that I put normally paranormal videos through that really enhances the audio, and I can move my voice out almost and enhance the audio or background noise. Some of the things that I heard was, I went out, I heard the name or the word kill. I heard stop it. I heard, what do you want? So these are all things that I believe that John is bringing through. Now, some of you may have heard those things. Now, interestingly enough, I recorded some of these sessions that I've been having with John. And there are some words that are coming in. A couple of them said the same words. Kill, want, what's up. I think even one of them said shoe, period. So I want to bring you with me into that journey so you can definitely hear this, because it is really real. And it just makes me so sad for John. His energy. It's not his spirit, it's his energy, which is remaining until this is resolved. And most likely, when it is resolved and Karen is found innocent, and then the ball starts rolling with all these other things, then, and probably then, John will say goodbye to us, and his energy will leave. And actually, I will be glad. But if you stick with me to the end of this video, I'm going to tell you a very important thing that John told me. Now, I want to get back to this part about the shoe. When he had me remote viewing over him, obviously he had socks on, and then he had socks off. But it was very interesting that there was a police officer patting him down. And when they had the Daubert hearing, I'm wondering, now I didn't know it, I don't see it, I'm not saying it, but there's a question in my mind. Could this police officer that was in that ER room be putting something in his sleeve? Maybe a small piece, maybe a small shard? If I remember correctly, I thought it was one of those, I think she was a blonde, short-hair blonde gal that was gathered some of the evidence, and she said that she had found little pieces. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was one of the examiners that talked about this, and I've been trying to find it, and I can't. And it was right around the same time that they had the ME testify. So I don't know. I didn't see that. I want to make that very clear, but that raised a question in my mind. Could that have been a time when they wanted to do that? Or because there was no one else in the room. Just this one police, he was in uniform, just this one police officer. I saw his shoes and his legs, and then he had his back to me. So there's many other things going on, my darlings. But before we go, I want to thank you so much for supporting my channel and for all the love in this community. When I say that everyone is welcome, I really mean it. So now, for what John really told me. Are you ready? He said those socks were not his. Period. Thank you so much for listening, my darlings. You all mean so much to me, and I want to thank you for your love and your kindness. Make sure that if you haven't, like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be warm, and be watchmen. And I'll see you very, very soon, my darlings. And yes, you heard me correctly. John said those socks were not his. I can't prove it. We'll see what happens. Bye for now, darlings.